Hey guys, welcome back to Plan Success Today. My name is Sal, and today I want to talk about stocks and how it has contributed to some of my wealth and how I started. But before that, I just want to remind you that everything I talk about in this video is not financial advice. It's all my personal experience and it's all testimony. So you must go do your own research. Every stocks I talk about, every ETF I talk about, you have to do your own research, your own due diligence. I talk about them is because I have them in my portfolio, but again, you have to do your own research on them. All these are not financial advice. They're all pure testimony through my experience and my journey in the stock market. All right, guys, so my journey started back in 2016. I got into Scottrade brokerage firm, and from Scottrade, they got acquired by Ameritrade. And then a couple years ago, Ameritrade got acquired by Charles Schwab. So now I have a Charles Schwab account. I also have a Robinhood account, and I have a Webull account as well. So I got 3 accounts going at the same time. You're probably having, well, why go with 3 accounts? It's because I just want to put some money in each different one of them, because each different one of them provide a different venue for myself. One of them is dividend, one of them is blue chip, and then the other one's ETF. Why do I do that? I don't know. That's just me. I like it that way. Again, these companies did not sponsor me or anything, so they're just there. I just mentioned it to you guys because those are the company that I went with, but you do your own research. But back again in 2016 was when I first started with Scottrade, and I started buying penny stocks. Guys, that was a horrible idea. The reason why I started with penny stock because I have no guidance. I did zero research. I wanted to buy the cheapest stocks, and I was hoping it would go up so I could sell it. I bought low stocks, which is penny stocks, hoping that it would go up so I could sell it. Thinking back now, that was such a naive idea, right? Because I was an amateur. And then during the year that I started buying penny stock, I started putting $100 to $200, $300, $400 a month into my brokerage account. And at the end of the year, it was negative. Okay, it was negative so bad to the point where I lost about $2,000 to $3,000 that year. Just that one year, I lost about $2,000 to $3,000. I was so upset at myself that I decided that I'm not going to touch the stock market. So in 2017, I did nothing. But I did do a lot of research. So during the process that I did nothing in 2017, I started doing research and I started Googling things. Hey, so what kind of stocks is going to look good in my portfolio? How do I win the stock market? What should I do to become wealthy with stocks? And a bunch of stuff start coming up. And I was looking at it, I was like, okay, so I need some blue chip stocks. I need some dividend stocks. I need some ETF, mutual fund, or things like that to diverse my portfolio so it doesn't look as bad when the market drops. And that's exactly what I did. I started buying some blue chip stocks, such as Apple, such as Waste Management, such as Microsoft, right? So I started buying some things that I knew that was very big and popular, that has been around for a long time, that's never going to go anywhere. I started doing that, and I slowly see small growth, but I still had a negative account because I lost all that money. So as that percentage of, like, literally it was like at 80%, negative 80%. I lost that much money. I started seeing that it was like going down from 80% to 78%. 78% to 62%. And I was like, whoa, I'm making money now, right? Because I was depositing money and buying these blue chip stocks. And then I did more research and I started buying dividend stocks, which pay out dividend, right? And I was like, wow, this is looking good. And I was like, man, okay, let's do it. So I bought some Nikes, I bought some AT&T, I bought some Verizon, I bought some Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I started buying stocks that pay dividend. And you started seeing that negative to negative 80%, meaning I lost 80% of my income, or not income balance, to going lower and lower and lower to went to 38%. And I was like, I'm gaining some money back, but it took me quite a few years to actually build that back to balance, to balance at zero balance. So it took me a while. Okay, so 2016 when I first started, 2017 was I lost everything. 2018 was when I started back in the market again. And I started buying dividend stocks. I started buying blue chip stocks. And then I started buying ETF in 2019. That was when I started buying ETF. And I was like, you know what? They said that ETF, they as in like the stock, not the stock market, but when I did my research, YouTubers saying that ETF, exchange traded funds, were the way to go. Just keep buying it and you don't have to do any research. That's what I did. I started buying VOO. I started buying VTI. I started buying SCHD, and these are all just basic stock ETF that you could buy on many platforms. So I started buying them, and man, it started changing, right? It started changing. I started seeing growth in my portfolio. I was being happy. I was like, okay, good. I'm gonna stay safe. I'm gonna play the safe route, and I'm gonna write it out. By the time I retire, I'm hoping to have a couple $1 million, right? So that's what I did. Started putting money in there every single month. I started buying all these things, and I was buying on a monthly basis versus a weekly basis, because back in those days, I had to pay $9.75 per purchase. That was bad. Today, it's all free in most accounts or most brokerage firms. So that's what I did, and I started buying things that I knew that was going to be here for a long time. 2020 hit. March. Everything took a dump. And I was like, this is my opportunity. So I started buying everything, guys. I started buying as much as I can. Not everything, but I started buying the stocks that I knew that dropped so much to the point where it's like, why is the stocks dropping? Fundamentally, it's still doing great. It's just because everybody's scared doesn't mean that it's not going to do great. It's still, the company's doing great still. It's just dropped because everybody's sold. So I started picking them up, guys, and I started buying more ETF. I started buying more dividend stocks. I started buying more blue chip. I started buying growth stock during that time as well. And it served me pretty well. Today, my portfolio is very diverse. I have a diverse portfolio. I am huge into dividend investing. I love that dividend income. And I know some people don't like it because, why would you do that? You get double taxed. You get taxed when your company get taxed, and you get taxed when you get the dividend stocks. It's like, why don't you do this? It's like, hey, do whatever rocks your boat, guys. I'm doing whatever rocks me. I'm doing what I like. I'm safe. It keeps me happy. Do what makes you happy, okay? Just don't lose money, or try not to, at least anyway. So that's what I did. So I started doing stocks. I started buying all these dividend stocks, and I buy dividend stocks that pays me every month. I buy dividend stocks that pays me every quarter. I'm huge into SCHD, guys. I love them. They do great for me. And I love the dividend. I know that a lot of people say, hey, you're younger, you should be buying this instead because you have room for growth. I was like, nah, I like this, okay? And then now that's what I'm doing now. I'm just buying a lot of VTI, VOO, SCHD, and then I buy what I believe is going to go up. But again, do your own research. That's how I started. That was my journey. I did a 180 transition from going to penny stock to going moderately to safe, and that's where I'm at now. For me, it's all long term. I would just buy and hold until the day I retire, and then I'll wait for that dividend check to come in every month, and that's just cash flow for me. But with that said, guys, that was my stock market experience. Hopefully that helped you out. Hopefully that will prevent you from doing anything naive or amateur like I did. With that said, guys, take care. I'll see you guys next time.